Today, we bring you the full story of the Eiffel Tower in Paris with every important piece. Stay with us till the end of the video to understand why, when, and how this magnificent engineering masterpiece was born. Paris is a dream destination for anyone except Parisians themselves. Despite your race, gender, age, or origin, almost you have been there or you wish to be there before your death. It's late 1800s, the 19th century was about to end. I guess Sherlock Holmes was there in London to resolve your problems. France was getting ready to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of storming of Bastille, which marked the beginning of the legendary French Revolution. To celebrate the 100 years anniversary, France was organizing World Fair in 1889. It was called Exposition Universelle of 1889. If you are a Sherlock Holmes fan as I do, I guess you have heard about this fair in Arthur Conan Doyle's legendary Sherlock Holmes stories. Okay, back to the story. So the French government has called a design contest to create a masterpiece monument for the Paris World Fair. Gustave Eiffel, a French civil engineer, is usually credited with designing the tower that bears his name, the Eiffel. Two men never became famous for their contribution to the tower. They are Maurice Koechlin and Émile Noguier, who bring up the original drawings for the monument. Mr. Koechlin and Mr. Noguier contributed as chief engineers with Mr. Eiffel on establishment of the project on behalf of Gustave Eiffel's engineering firm. Together with the team of Eiffel and French architect Stephen Sauviste submitted their crafted proposals to the contest to find the iconic monument for 1889 World Fair in Paris. In late 19th century, modern architecture was still in the box. Iron became the cornerstone of modern architecture in late 20th century as a result of the Industrial Revolution. But in 1887, iron was just a supporting material within some stone structures or used in non-priority buildings like factories, bridges, and hothouses. Most exciting part was started that time when construction of the tower began in the Champs-Élysées Park. A group of 300 artists, sculptors, writers, and architects filed a petition to the commissioner of the Paris Exposition against the construction of the ridiculous tower that would dominate Paris like gigantic black smokestack. I use the same word that I referred to make you feel the original meaning of the protest. In my point of view, it may be a reasonable protest by the artists because Paris was such an artistic city. It is impossible to imagine a black iron tower to fit into that artistic city at that time. Organizers of the World Fair remained on their original plan without considering protest of the Parisian art and academic community. Construction of the controversial tower was completed in just over 2 years on March 31st, 1889 for the World Fair. 18,000 wrought iron pieces, including the main structure, was prepared at the Eiffel Company facility in outskirts of Paris. The main structure is composed of 4 arch legs curved into one single piece to hold the entire tower. Building the tower required 2.5 million rivets, and those nails were thermally assembled. 7,300 tons of iron are also required. The entire tower was painted to the last inch to protect the tower when it exposed to the atmosphere. It was required 60 tons of paint. The tower has been painted repeatedly 18 times so far. As per some records, this massive painting work is repeated every 7 years. Before moving ahead, I am going to share some fun facts about Eiffel Tower. You can find this information in my website www.anuradhabernard.com. According to the history, Eiffel has installed a meteorology laboratory on the highest level just after opening the tower. He has made an open invitation to the scientists to perform their researches anything from gravity to electricity on the tower. However, its record-breaking height was the only reason to defend itself against the blades. When 1910, the city of Paris decided to renovate the Eiffel Tower, which is really useful as a hub for radio communications. Not only that, but also French forces used it to communicate wirelessly with ships in the Atlantic Ocean. When World War II spread throughout Europe, French and their allies used the location to intercept enemy communications. In the modern day, television, radio, and telephone signals are broadcasting from the tower by using more than 120 antennas. Yearly, more than 7 million visitors enjoy the mighty of this beautiful French masterpiece. Since the grand opening in 1889, 250 million people around the world have enjoyed all that the Eiffel Tower has to offer. The Eiffel Tower is the icon of Paris. Within 3 levels of the tower, you can find 2 restaurants, several buffets, a banquet hall, a champagne bar, and many more unique gift shops. Infotainment tours of the tower are available for students, kids, and tour groups. The tower is promoting itself as an individual tourist destination. The tower is open to visitors 365 days a year. Visiting time vary by the season. From June to September, the tower remains open until after midnight. Rates are vary, but visitors can expect to pay between $30 or €10 and $19 or €15 per person for access to the tower's 3 public lifts and 704 stairs. Tickets, including group discounted tickets, can be purchased online or at the ticket office at the foot of the tower. This legendary tower is holding the pride of French nation. It is often identified as one of the 7 classic world wonders. The tower is often referred as the birthplace of modern architecture.